And she asked me this question. She said, Camille, how do you feel about those words? And I was like, those are like my favorite words. And then she said, and how do you have those words been in your life here in Raleigh for the past like 6-7 months? What has fun and playfulness and silliness looked like in your life in town? And I was like, it hasn't. I haven't been playful and silly and fun in town. It's been when I go away or when I have like a special weekend, but not in the day-to-day.
I'm Kim.
And I'm Camille. And this is Enneagram for the Culture, where two dope Black therapists discuss how therapy, Blackness, and the Enneagram come together.
And this is our 3rd season.
Yes.
Should have brought instruments.
Next time. Put it in the document.
Put it in the Google Doc.
But yeah, we're back for season 3. Here we are.
Crazy.
It was crazy.
But it doesn't feel like it's been 3 seasons. Feels like we're still. I think it's the emotions. I'm still just as like giddy and excited about, that we have a podcast. It was the first day we started like planning and recording, and now we're on the 3rd season.
Yeah. So thanks for all of you that have been rocking it with us from season 1. And then hello to folks that are brand new. We're happy you're here.
Get comfy.
Yes.
Make yourself at home. Get a blanket. Light a candle.
Or not. Or listen to us when you're on a walk or when you're cleaning or when you're driving. Maybe you're on a plane right now.
Wherever you are, we're glad you're here with us.
Yes. So how have things been for you since the break? Kim, catch us up.
Things have been good. Things have been really, really good. I'm feeling good, feeling a little more grown, continuing to just navigate life and work and all of the things in between. We were talking before we got on, and it's just, it's a lot of life. It's a lot of life be life in. But I'm blessed. I'm happy. I'm well. How are you? How have things been for you?
They've been good. I'm going to jump in to how the Enneagram has been showing up.
Go for it.
Answer this question of how I am since break. So this right now, as we're recording, I'm in a really great place. I feel like kind of like a spring, like things are blossoming. I'm excited. I'm leaning into fun. And probably since break that we broke, it was more of like a winter, like there was more grief. There was some shifting and some transitions, lots of hard conversations, and just a lot of sadness, honestly. Yeah. But where we are now is different. And how the Enneagram showed up for me was a month ago, I went to a really big concert. So I am a Taylor Swift fan. I'm a Swiftie. And I got to go to her concert, her Eras tour. And it was amazing. It was amazing on so many levels. And it's my first concert back from the pandemic. And so that was a big deal. I've always really felt like, this is going to sound cheesy, but I know that there's going to be people that understand this. I've always felt like a very emotional and almost spiritual experience at concerts. I just think that there's such a beautiful example of like human connectedness. And I'm always like astounded that this human made these songs that thousands of people are singing to all at the same time.
Yeah.
Gets me, takes my breath away. Yeah. And so I got to go and it was so fun. It was so joyful. It was silly. It was playful. I know that Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. So I'm usually chuckling half the time at the ridiculousness of this. But I'm also laughing and having fun. And I came back from the concert, and I had a session with my therapist, and she was telling me what's been good that's happened. And I told her I went to Taylor Swift, and she was like, really? Like, she was kind of surprised. And because we'll get into that later. But and I was like, it was so awesome. I was telling her about it, and I actually started crying. And she's like, okay, what's going on? And I was like, it was just so fun. It was so fun and joyful and playful and silly. And she asked me this question. She said, Camille, how do you feel about those words? And I was like, those are like my favorite words. And then she said, and how do you have those words been in your life here in Raleigh for the past like 6-7 months? What has fun and playfulness and silliness looked like in your life in town? And I was like, it hasn't. I haven't been playful and silly and fun in town. It's been when I go away or when I have like a special weekend, but not in the day to day. And so my homework assignment for the last 3 weeks has been to be more intentional about fun and playfulness and silliness here in town, which I said to her, don't tell a 7 that, because she will be very proud of what I report back because it has been fun, and it has just been this new kind of turning of a leaf of leaning into joy and fun and silliness and playfulness that I've very like strongly missed. Yeah. So, and it's just like kicking off. Like, I'm about to go on a really big trip. About to go to Europe. I've got Beyonce at the end of the summer. I've got my birthday. Like, it really is like, yes, we get to play. And I'm so excited. So that's how I've been over the break.
I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you. Yeah, for putting that work in and putting that into practice and being able to be aware, and just kind of honor what your experience has been.
Thank you.
It's been so cool to like learn more about Taylor through you.
Yes.
Camille and I, speaking of fun, we hung out in my hometown together to talk about this season and celebrate last season. And Camille, she made a playlist for me to introduce me to Taylor. She was so Camille and I, we have music in common, right? That isn't obvious. You probably don't know us very well at this point because we talk about music a lot. We do. We try to integrate it into our, like, even the brand. We got playlists for the podcast. And I was telling her just how much I do. I appreciate somebody who's like a good writer and beautiful lyrics. And so based on those criteria, she sent me a really dope playlist introducing me to Taylor and her writing, and her skills as a lyricist. So it's been so cool to see you so excited about her and about the concert and going with your crew.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Bracelets on now.
Yeah, I've got my friendship bracelets on. It has been fun. And it's also been fun. This is another, just like even owning that I'm a Taylor Swift fan. Sometimes I don't like to tell certain people because I know that people are like, oh, it like almost feels like you know, people judge you or you lose credibility or whatever. But I'm like, I'm too old.
Like black credibility?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm sure there's people listening right now that are like, what? Absolutely. But I'm too old to like play the like, you know, who's black enough if you listen to certain things. And I just don't subscribe to that personally. And so I don't want to rock with people that subscribe to that. Yeah. And so yeah, I like Taylor, and I'm not any less black because of it.
You're really not.
No. And so even that, this just being able to own that and be more unapologetic about that. And I've loved your excitement about it with me, and even like giving it a listen and noticing that like, oh yeah, she can write some lyrics.
Definitely. You've been trying to tell me I need to like give Taylor a shot, more so because of what personality type you think
I think I have a pretty good guess on her type. And I think she's a pretty healthy version of that type. And so I think that so I think her what we've seen, we don't know, but what we've seen of her growth and development seems to follow a pretty nice growth and development of a healthy, of what I think that she is. I'm not going to say because we shouldn't really, but
gotcha. Well, you think we're the same type.
Yes. Okay.
I guess I should. Is it my turn?
Yes. How's the Enneagram been showing up for you? I want to know.
How's it been showing up? So I've really been just continuing to work, not just like work, which I still love and feel like I could just sometimes just do sometimes. But my personal work, healing, working out like my body, being more intentional about, what movement looks like and what I'm putting in my body. There's been a shift as far as me being aware of at times, like you talked about the growth of a 3, how some of our stuff that can be reflective of not growth. So being really, really preoccupied with image, or achievement. There is a podcast that I was listening to recently with Sarah Jakes Roberts, and she has come out and said that she knows she's a 3. But she was talking about how her own recognition of like achievement, image stuff, how that was basically a failed attempt to try to connect with like what feels like an authentic voice. So she's been just trying to find her voice and just how that growth can feel and what that can look like. And so it really, really resonated with me. So I feel like that's been evident in like social media. That's one of the hangups I used to have with social media, aside from I just feel like it at times like cannot be good for us. But for me personally, trying to like feel like I'm showing up in it's authentic. It's not about what people want to see. It's not about likes. It's not about what may potentially go viral. It's not about trying to like get attention. It's really just about what feels like it's authentic and what feels like it's true. And so just been trying to like grow in that and pay more attention to it, be it social media, be it, again, my work as a clinician, working on myself and my own personal relationships. And so with that, it's been cool. Like there's more inspiration with that intentional work to try to like pay attention to what do you have to say? Like what do you really want to say? There's creativity there that sometimes I feel like I can be grasping for. So learn to try to find balance, because I can have ideas that are going and going and going and going and going in my mind, but still leaning into rest, trying to create routines. So I also have Beyonce at the end of the summer, and that has a lot to do with these routines. I'm trying to get my body right, trying to get my mind right, because I want to be able to sing and dance for the full show. I don't want to hear any spoilers. Camille knows this already. We talked about this. I don't want to know anything about what's to come other than that it's going to be the time of my life.
It's going to be epic. I know I've laughed. I love it because you have, like, to go into more detail there. Kim has said that she is upping her cardio right now so that she can be ready for the show and not, she doesn't want to be winded. She wants to be ready, which I 100%.
I will be ready.
You will be ready. I feel like I had a little like test run with Taylor, because that show was also like 3.5 hours. And so now I know, like, and I was ready, but Beyonce is going to be more. I know that it's going to be more energy needed in a different way. And so I do probably need to, turn up the ante a little bit. So so that's where we've been, what we've been up to. So where are we going?
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going for season 3? We are going somewhere different. So for season 3, we are going to do very different structure than we've done for season 1 and 2. We're going to do less teaching and less of us, which I'm actually really excited about. And we're going to have guests. So each episode is going to be with a guest, one person. Each episode will be a person of a certain type. And so we'll have 9 different guests for the whole season. And these are guests that are personal friends, folks in the Enneagram world, folks that we just admire their work. And so we are really excited to have the opportunity to talk with them. And we've been wanting to do guests probably from like day one. That's been something that we've both wanted to do. I've definitely wanted to do.
Yeah.
This reminds me, actually, when I was little, when people asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I said I wanted to be the next Oprah. So maybe that's maybe this is why I've always been like, I want guests. I want to have my interview guest moment.
Wait. When people used to ask you what you wanted to be when you grew up, you would tell them you want to be the next Oprah.
Yeah, I love the idea of like sitting and having conversations with people and like interviewing them and and hearing people's stories. And hey, I'm a therapist.
On brand. Are you like, do you have moments when you're like doing your work or in your mind, like you're kind of like embodying Oprah?
No, I've never thought of that. I've never thought about it until this exact moment. Thinking about interviewing people.
That's not something. I don't even know who would do that.
Imagining myself as
yeah. Okay. So yeah, I feel like you've been really, really excited about having guests on. And I have too. I'm looking forward to us not just being our voices that you're hearing. And looking forward to adding more voices. I'm especially excited about the voices that have agreed to speak and grace us with their presence and their wisdom and their experiences. But yeah, that was important to us at this time, was to elevate others' voices. So it's going to be exciting.
Yeah. And it was actually interesting. Right before we hopped on, we were talking about something that was kind of heavy, and it hit me that I'm so thankful that I'm excited for this season. I'm thankful and excited because I'm excited to have other people's voices who are doing great things in the world.
Yeah.
For their work and voices to be elevated, Black people, because there is hard and ugly things in this world. And sometimes the stories that we hear are just heavy. And I just don't think that we can ever tire of hearing the wonderful, amazing things that Black people are contributing to this world. And so I'm excited that our podcast is going to be basically that, just a space of Black people talking about growth and their work and just good things. So, yes.
100%. When we've had guests on so far, so into season 1, we had Chichi Agoram, and then into season 2, we had your pastor, Lisa, who was on, and she imparted something beautiful to us as far as trusting us to handle people with care, going into the season. And so it's been so rich for us to just have, those 2 guests and those conversations. So I think that was also a big part of like why, and continues to be a big part of the why, as far as like why we're so excited about this and what it'll bring to us, to the show, to our audience. Are you nervous at all? These aren't in the notes. Camille's looking at me like this is not a part of the plan.
Taking a detour. Am I nervous? No, I'm not nervous actually, because I feel less nervous than the other seasons, because the other seasons we had to really study and be ready, and it was all on us. And I'm excited to kind of let go a little bit and let go of the reins. And I think this is going to sound so cheesy and therapy-ish, but I just think there's magic in conversations, and there's magic in relating to other people. And so I'm excited for whatever that magic's going to be. I mean, when I think about those 2 episodes with Chi-Chi and Lisa, like they really were wonderful conversations that we did not have an agenda going into. It was just sort of like, let's have a conversation. Here's some guidelines of where we're kind of going, but they're going to bring the wisdom. And I think that it's so important that, I think Lisa said this, but I think it's also just something that we always have to remember. I actually remember Barack Obama said this, that like whenever we think that we're the smartest in the room, we're probably not doing something right. And so I'm excited to have other smart people in the room, and other people's experiences and their walks of life and their understanding of the Enneagram and Blackness. And that just makes it all the more richer. So no, I'm not nervous. I'm really excited.
That was a nice detour. Nice and scenic. All right. What else we got?
So, well, what are we going to be talking about? Even though I just said we're not going to have an agenda. We're not going to have an agenda, but we do have overarching sort of.
We got some stuff in mind. We have some things in mind. We're not just going to show up and start talking. Intentions. Yeah, we got intentions. Like we said, we want to elevate people's voices. We want to hear about some of our guests and their experience with their type, structure, talk about therapy, of course, talk about hope and growth, and that type of like, work as a community that we're hoping to inspire and support and elevate. And I think thing I'm most excited about is like hearing from some of our guests about like the work that they're connected to, what they're doing in their respective communities and our community at large as a people. I love that.
Yeah. I've liked that you've made sure to have that be something that we are intentional about, is highlighting the work that people are doing. I don't think I would have thought of that. But I think that's good, because, and as I look at our list of folks, I'm like, oh yeah, these people are doing cool things. Like,
really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. But I mean, what we do.
So we're excited to share those with you. Share the excellence, share the wisdom, all of the things. So
yeah. So stay tuned. Continue to let us know what you're thinking. Interact with us over on the gram. Show us some love. Send us some feedback. And buckle in. Like I said earlier, I would recommend blanket, candle, maybe some coffee. Camille says, while you're cleaning or on a plane, wherever you are, settle in. We look forward to riding with you.
Very much looking forward to it. Thank you so much. And let's see what magic we create for season 3.
We'll see you in the next episode, right?
See you in the next episode.
All right.